going to be different as we seek to expand the scope and ensure that you have a better grasp of the knowledge that you need so that you can navigate purely and surely through the insurance world. All right, then. So today we'll be reflecting on third-party fire and theft insurance policy. What does that policy portend? What are the prospects of you really buying a policy of that nature? And do we have exclusions? Do we have extensions? Are there riders that you need to take note of? These are many more questions we will seek to answer. But also, if you have any issues that relates to insurance, you can feel free to bring that on board. One of the reasons why the Nigerian Insurers Association is embarking on this campaign is to help resolve as many issues that are within the insurance world. And that's why they are asking, if you have unsettled claims, please go to your underwriter and you can get that resolved. Okay, that's a directive from the regulator, and of course NIA is really strict at pursuing that so that you can get your benefit. Okay, but peradventure you're still having issues with any of the underwriters that you're doing business with, you can always call the Nigerian Insurers Association on 081 7078 4444. That's 081 7078 4444. Or you can also send a message or call 080 299 08531. That's 080 299 08531. We're going to take a short break. When we return, it'll be time for us to kick off a full throttle.
Mr. Man! Oh, see what you have done now! You have damaged my car!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I hope you have a good motor insurance.
Yes, I have a third-party motor insurance that will take care of all the repairs.
In fact, the benefits of third-party motor insurance have increased. First, the limit to claims for damages to third-party vehicles has been increased. Secondly, when you get your third-party motor insurance, you automatically get an ECOWAS Brown card, which means your vehicle now has insurance cover across all West African countries. And if ever it is liable on Nigerian roads for damages to a vehicle from any West African country, the premium to be paid for third-party motor insurance for private car owners, it increased from 5,000 naira to 15,000 naira to enable insurers adequately bear the cost of repairs whenever the need arises. Buy your motor insurance. Please log on to www.niip.ng or visit any licensed insurance company today. This is a public enlightenment message from the Nigeria Insurers Association, NIA.
Before, now so wahala. With law enforcement agent.
Yes, so hey, NIA don't upgrade the NID platform. Oh, now from your phone, you fit confirm to insurance certificate one time. Make sure say you don't get wahala with our law enforcement agents them. Just dial *565*11# one hand and follow the direction. It go show whether na fake or correct insurance you get. Oh, it no hard and na sharp. But you to make sure say you buy your motor insurance from only registered insurance company to avoid wahala. This message now from Nigerian Insurance Association, NIA.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're ready for the conversation this beautiful Tuesday morning. My guest already seated, and she's been around for quite a while. I'll connect with her very shortly. But let's take you through the roads and give you the latest updates that we've got. Those of you making that journey to the island is still looking good. If you're coming in from this end, all right, you have access through the bridge right now. Talking about Ikeja, talking about Ojota, talking about Ikorodu. You want to make use of the Third Mainland Bridge, you have access through that end as we speak. All right, then Alausa Ikeja here. We can tell you movement on the stretch of Obafemi Awolowo Road. Vehicular movement is busy at this moment, and that's occasioned by influx with traffic signal light alternation at Allen intersection, so you need to watch out for that. Balogun Olowu to Ikeja underneath the bridge is good to go. And then movement on Adeni Jones also gathering momentum as we speak right now. The stretch of Nuruddin Oluwopokpo from Lance proceeding towards Oteri underneath the bridge is still moving as expected. And then we can tell you it's moving traffic being experienced on Mobolaji Johnson Avenue from Old Tollgate inward 7 up Gate, Billings Way to Secretariat intersection is looking good. The morning traffic is being recorded on Latif Jakonde Road from Omole Roundabout en route Wemco Junction as well as Acme and Aginigbi, Cadbury, Mobile to Coca-Cola Junction, and that's occasioned by high influx, but all within that corridor. You do not have any breakdowns to report. Okay, then I'll be serving you more as they come in from time to time. But quickly, as a flash update of an incident at Offin Canal, that's within the Central Business District. That's when you are ascending a co-bridge. I understand it's an impediment, and I'm just trying to say it's a truck with mechanical faults covering about 50% of the road there. So it's a broken down truck. And we can tell you the LRU have been contracted to ensure that it is taken off the road within that corridor. So take note, they're waiting for a tow vehicle to help to tow it out of the road, but traffic managers are there trying to ensure that you have it good as well. Okay then, so I haven't done some house cleaning duties. Let me bring in my guest. She's been around for a while. Today we are unraveling the benefits of the third-party fire and theft insurance policy. And joining me in the studios right now, Mrs. Temitope Adewale. She's head operations. She's head for general insurance underwriting operations at Old Mutual General Insurance Company. Madam, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Victor, and everyone present in the studio.
And of course, to your listeners as well.
And to my listener, very good morning to you all.
How was your journey here, by the way?
Oh, it was pretty smooth. Traffic Radio is doing a great job guiding my navigation to the studio.
Right, and how do you feel entering the studios as well? You can see the big screens to your left.
Oh, yes. Impressive.
So it tells you we're really performing some magic here.
Oh, yes, I can testify to that now. I've seen it live and direct.
Wonderful. All right, then. So today, like I said, we are going to be, continuing that dialogue and, seeking for best ways of taking that to the next level. A lot of times when all of this started, it's all about, okay, what is it that insurance is doing? But Mrs. Adewale, it's the beginning of another cycle of insurance education on this platform. Haven't completed 2 quarters of the same. So what do you make of this campaign? So far, so good?
In fact, the campaign as to provide insurance education on this platform for the last 2 quarters has been a valuable initiative from the industry. It reflects the commitment of the insurance industry to increase awareness, to increase the insuring public understanding of the insurance products they are picking up. So it has deepened the knowledge of insurance, and it has also helped the insuring public to understand the extent of benefits they stand to gain under their policy, and the feedback has been massive.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we say kudos to the Nigerian Insurers Association, to which you are a member, right?
Oh, yes.
Right. So in previous quarters, we've seen people who say that insurance is very, very sweet when sold to the insured, but when it comes to claims, talking about claim settlement, insurance companies begin to tell some Mongo Park stories. So how would you react to that kind of statement? Is that still the same, or have things changed?
Well, the assertion that insurance is often perceived as sweet when they're being sold. And when it comes to the time of claim, it could be frustrating. The claim experience is usually somehow. Well, we acknowledge this. But like the fact is that experiences vary. It depends on the kind of policy and the circumstances involved.
Okay.
So what we can say about this precisely is the fact that the insuring public needs to understand the policy they are picking up. That is the bane of this point.
Okay.
Most of the time, when they tell the Mongo Park story, it can be deep dive to the fact that understanding of the policy document being picked up by the client is usually the issue.
Right, or perhaps maybe they lost the policy document, they've not been able to lay their hands on it and that kind of a thing. Could that be a responsible factor as well?
That could also be a contributing factor.
Okay.
to it,
Right.
which might make the individuals to say insurance company come up with Mungo Park stories at the time of claim.
Right. Now, since the industry is right now really doing a whole lot of advocacy on claim settlement, so what is your advice? What's your advice to the listening public this morning, even as we go through this particular subject matter?
Okay. My advice this morning is basically for us, the insuring public, to understand the policy they have picked up. Try and take few seconds to know the terms and conditions, to know what is covered and what is not covered. With this in mind, you are empowered to take up the benefit under your policy at any time.
Okay. All right, then. So let's focus the conversation now. Let's get to the main issue of discourse this morning, which is the third-party fire and theft policy. So how significant is the third-party motor insurance in the insurance equation? Let's even start from there first.
Third-party motor insurance is a crucial component in the insurance equation. When it comes to motor insurance, precisely third-party, it provides you coverage for legal liability. It provides you coverage for legal liability of the insured towards third party for bodily injury, death, and property damage that might be caused to other road users on the road while you're using your vehicle.
Right.
So, and why is important in insurance equation? One, it is a legal requirement.
Okay.
You don't want to drive on the road without having the necessary requirement for you to put your vehicle on the road.
Right.
Yes. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the law at any point in time. So it is a legal requirement, as well as the fact that it ensures that people are responsible to other road users while using their vehicles on the road.
So historically speaking, the third party has been on for so many years and centuries, right?
Yes.
And what was the intention? I mean, from what you can see, what was the intention of those who said, okay, let's make this one compulsory? It's a third party. So what was their intention at that time?
Primarily, the intention is to address the potential financial risk and liability associated with the use of vehicles on the road. You see, it's good if God has blessed you and you've been able to have a nice car. But when you put it on the road, what happens to other road users? What happened to that schoolgirl crossing the road and being hit by your vehicle? Should we leave her not compensated? Possibly she has lost her leg or something like that.
Right.
So it's basically is to address the potential financial risk resulting from the use of motor vehicles on the road.
All right. So that's what it was intended to, and that is what it has continued to
be.
Yeah, up to today. So
yes.
Let's talk about, is it compulsory? Now, since they were making reference to the third party motor insurance policy is compulsory, is that correct?
Yes.
But what about the third party fire and theft? Is it compulsory?
Well, we can say it is the legal requirement, the essence of legal requirement for you to put your vehicle on the road is the third party insurance.
Okay.
But we all know that planning ahead is the key to fulfilling your goals in life. So you don't want any unforeseen financial liability to draw you back from achieving your goals. So for you to get to your promised land, you don't just stop at third-party insurance, then you can make it third-party fire and theft policy.
Right. So, but for motorists now, you did say the third-party motor insurance is compulsory, but for motorists, do you think they understand the significance and the benefits of this third-party motor insurance?
Well, the understanding of third-party insurance, third-party fire and theft among motorists vary widely. To large percentage of people, they believe the insurance is to fulfill legal obligation. What I tell you for free this morning is beyond you just fulfilling legal obligation on the road, or just for you to say, oh, I don't want any issue with law enforcement agency. There's so many other things it put in place for you. So it's ensure that you are financially responsible to other road users. It
Right.
makes you financially stable to to cough out the money required when you have to make payment to other road users resulting from accidents.
Right. So, Temitope Adewale, let's expand this a bit. So, for the third-party fire and theft, what is the scope of cover for that kind of an insurance policy? Those who are listening to us right now, they may wonder, okay, third-party fire and theft policy, what is the scope of cover? What does it cover?
Certainly. Let's break down the scope of coverage for both third-party motor insurance and third-party fire and theft. Your third-party motor insurance basically covers you, the third-party vehicle for death, bodily injury, and any damage you might cause to the third-party vehicle or property, not necessarily other road user. Imagine on a Monday morning, you are rushing to your office, and while you are reversing from your compound, you hit the fence of your neighbor.
Okay, and that fence
is covered under your third party.
Whoa.
That's the extent of coverage you can benefit.
Okay.
So you see, you damage the gate of your neighbor.
Yeah, or probably you're driving along and your vehicle loses brake and it goes to hit somebody else's fence, so that kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's covered, right?
It's covered under your third-party motor insurance.
So where does the fire and theft, where does it come in?
Yes. So as a proactive person that wants to meet his goals in life, you just feel, oh, I live close to a depot, and there's the risk of fire that might happen or anything that might happen at any point in time. And the cover I have presently is just to protect third party, as the name implies. So what happened to my own vehicle if it's damaged by fire? Or if armed robbers just come around and snatch my lovely vehicle away?
Oh.
So if you had put these add-ons to your third party, it protects you against fire damage to your own vehicle.
Oh.
As well as when the vehicle is stolen.
Okay,
yes.
so that's the additional, those are the riders that can.
Yes.
Ooh, and I think that's an extension, so to say. So in this case, the third party is not just the one being protected. My vehicle is also protected to a certain level.
Absolutely.
So what makes it different from a comprehensive? I mean, that kind of case, isn't it more or less like I'm just taking something additional, like a comprehensive insurance?
Like a comprehensive cover, yes. As the name implies, comprehensive, all you can imagine when you are on the road. But in this instance, you have third party, you are being paid for any damage you cause to third party, and you also have damage from fire and theft to your vehicle. Then you begin to ask, what happens if it's just an accident?
Okay.
So if you pick third-party fire and theft, there is no cover for your own vehicle resulting from accidents.
Okay, in the event of an accident.
Yes, and on day-to-day driving in Lagos, you can be sure that accident cover is very important.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so in the event of an accident, your own vehicle will not be covered. It's only if you have a comprehensive
cover that you pick up the damage to your own vehicle.
Okay, but peradventure you are driving all the way from Adeni Jones, navigating through Aromire, and something, bam, just comes up, a spark, and that results into fire. So you're saying the third-party fire and theft will cover that?
Exactly. Your third-party fire and theft insurance will come in handy to pay for that fire damage to your vehicle.
All right, so it's making a whole lot of sense this morning. But people just see this as the third-party insurance policy as police just let me go. Have you heard about that before?
Well, we've heard about it, and contrary to the misconception that third-party motor insurance is only for avoiding legal trouble with law enforcement or the usual police let me go, it offers several tangible benefits.
So let's talk about those benefits this morning, because 15,000 naira is the premium. That's kicked off last year, 2023, from January. At the time it was being enforced, motorists were just complaining, look, after all, I don't really see the benefits of this. I'm just picking up this policy so that, it's said to be a compulsory one and the police can let me go. So can you just break it down for our listeners? What are the benefits of a third-party motor insurance policy, and then with the additional rider of the fire and theft, which is also enshrined in it?
Yes, that's part of the essence of this campaign that we have embarked on as an insurance industry. So the third-party fire and theft, or be it third-party only, it covers bodily injury. when we keep mentioning bodily injury, we try to break it down for our listener. Bodily injury is any injury caused to other road users while you are driving your vehicle on the road.
Okay.
So the bodily injury you cause to them. So if you have to pay for their medical expenses, this your third-party insurance will come in to give you the financial compensation
What's
for
the
bodily
value?
injury.
What's the value of the financial compensation here?
Thank you. So for your private motor, is up to, for bodily injury precisely, you cannot put value or amount
On life.
on life. So the insurance industry is really all about the people, to provide protection to the people. So when it comes to death and bodily injury, we cannot place value. So the medical bills and all the expenses incurred in this regard is covered under the policy, third-party
Right.
motor insurance.
Okay, but the industry equally said they have a limit. There's a cap of about 3 million, right?
Okay, let me explain that part.
Please do.
Well, that's the extent to which the benefit you have under third-party insurance, or when you go further to hard fire and theft, the benefit under it is massive. So we've talked about death or bodily injury. So in addition to that, there's something we call third-party property damage. You see, we keep mentioning third party, because that's the name of the policy. It's all about the third party.
Right.
So if you want something for your own vehicle, you have to take something, a comprehensive. So for the third party, if you damage people's property, be it fence, somebody by the roadside, other vehicles on the road, you will be compensated for private vehicle to the tune of 3 million naira. 3 million naira for third party property damage in respect of your vehicles.
If somebody dies in the event of that, I mean, you hit somebody and the person dies, is there any amount that is placed on that?
Well, as stated earlier, we are for the public, and insurance is not just for us to collect the premium and put in our kitty. There is no amount you can place on a life.
Okay.
A number of things will come in. A graduate has just died. What extent of compensation will be given to the graduate? How many years, the dependencies, and all this will be taken into
So,
consideration.
but it's surely going to be more than 3 million. That's what you're saying.
Obviously,
Right.
you can't place limits on the value of a life.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, unraveling the benefits of the third-party fire and theft insurance policy, is our focus this morning on Insurance Digest. Temitope Adewale, who is head general insurance and underwriting operations for Old Mutual General Insurance, is our guest this morning. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we'll find out what is the premium for the third-party fire and theft insurance policy, and are there exclusions, are there extensions as well? She'll break that down for us. And it is time for you also to ask your own questions, or perhaps bring in your own interaction on the program this morning on 08099 120777 and 09153 877127. A brief break, we'll be back.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni ó ti bọkọ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ mi jẹ́.
ẹ dákun ẹ má bínú sí mi.
kí n má bínú ṣé oníwèé ọkọ̀ ọmọdàndófò tó yanrantí ṣá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo níwèé ọkọ̀ mádàndófò third party tó máa yanjú gbogbo ohun tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí.
ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi àwọn àǹfààní ìwé ọkọ̀ mádàndófò third party ti wá pọ̀ ju tàtẹ̀yìnwá lọ báyìí o. lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ owó ẹ̀tọ́ sí ara ọkọ̀ ẹni tó bá ṣèṣì gbá ọkọ̀ rẹ̀ ti lékún báyìí. ìkejì ni wípé kété tó bá gba ìwé ọkọ̀ mádàndófò rẹ̀ third party insurance lolóore ọ̀fẹ́ sí ECOWAS brown card tó túmọ̀ sí wípé ọkọ̀ rẹ̀ láàbò lílọ bíbọ̀ sí gbogbo ìwọ̀ oòrùn áfíríkà lápapọ̀. bó o bá wà níbikíbi lójú náà lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà ọkọ̀ yòówù láti ìwọ̀ oòrùn ilẹ̀ áfíríkà tó o bá ṣèṣì kọlù iléeṣẹ́ mádàndófò rẹ máa tún ọkọ̀ onítọ̀hún ṣe. àmọ́ o owó tó o máa san fún ìwé ọkọ̀ mádàndófò rẹ lákòókò yìí ti sún sókè láti ẹgbẹ̀rún 5 sí ẹgbẹ̀rún 15 náírà. ra ìwé ọkọ̀ mádàndófò rẹ kàn sí www.nrip.ng tàbí kó o lọ sí iléeṣẹ́ mádàndófò tó gba àṣẹ ìjọba lónìí. ìkéde ìjẹ́ ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ fún gbogbo ará ìlú láti ọ̀dọ̀ àjọ Nigeria Insurance Association NIA.
ọ̀rẹ́ èmi ló ń tẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe gíríjà máa lọ.
jẹ́ kí n farabalẹ̀ yẹ ìwé mádàndófò ọkọ̀ mi iye insurance wò dáadáa.
lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀.
Before no so wahala with law enforcement agent.
Yes, so hey, NIA don't upgrade the NID platform. Oh, now from your phone, you fit confirm your motor insurance certificate one time. Make sure say you don't get wahala with our law enforcement agents. Them just dial *565*11# one hand and follow the direction. It go show whether na fake or correct insurance you get. Oh, it no hard and na sharp. But you to make sure say you buy your motor insurance from only registered insurance company to avoid wahala. 565